Why didn't House Martell do more in the television show? I'm hoping the final books don't treat them the same way. They have so much potential. I find them more interesting than any other house. There's this thing about adapting a book series as rich and intricate as A Song of Ice and Fire into a television show. Inevitably, some things just don't make it through the translation. When we're dealing with House Martell, we're wading into complex waters. The Martells are fascinating, make no mistake. They've got this spicy combination of pride, passion, exoticism. Heck, Oberyn Martell alone made us sit straighter on our couches. But the constraints of television, especially a saga as sprawling as Game of Thrones, means someone's bound to get the short end of the spear. Take budgets. They're finite, and every scene can cost a small fortune. The producers had to ask themselves whether they should flesh out the Martells or, say, burn down a cathedral full of fanatics in King's Landing. The choices laid out weren't always enviable. Then there's screen time. With a cast swollen enough to populate a small country, each minute becomes a fight for attention. Our dear Martells, despite their potential, got nudged aside for the battles, dragons, and palace intrigue that the majority of viewers were salivating for. Lastly, there's adaptation divergence, the unwritten contract between a show and its source that lets them part ways, however begrudgingly. Game of Thrones took liberties, not always to its benefit, but it had to forge its path. I believe the Martells got tangled in those diverging paths, and what was supposed to be a sprint turned into a stumble. As for the books, well, George R.R. Martin has always been adept at giving each house its due. The spice of Dorne still wafts through the pages of the novels, and it's rich and flavorful there. The Martells have a vibrant role to play, and the fan theories attest to the eagerness for their full potential to unfold. From my little nook here in Portland, Oregon, threading through the rain-slicked streets, I'm holding out hope too. As a fellow fan craving the unrefined essence of the Martells, let's cross our fingers that the final books correct the course and give House Martell the epic tapestry it deserves. Because in the end, the richness of a world like Westeros lies in its spectrum of stories, and omission leaves a tale half told.